studio. I wanted to show you around a little bit, give you a little tour. I work with traditional mediums, charcoal, chalk, acrylic, oils, inks. So I need things to be easily shiftable between projects. And I work a little bit with digital work as well. So I will show you around, show you how I organize things and make it kind of an easy transition. A little backstory on this shed. We had put in an order with Tough Shed and it took them about 4 weeks to come out, and they had most of the pieces already built and they were able to put together the shell of the shed within an afternoon, which was pretty cool to see. And then after that, my husband and I did the insulation, the electricity, the flooring, the ceiling, the drywall, the skimming, the painting, everything else, which was really satisfying, but also a very hard learning curve. So we're glad that I'm finally in here. We still have the air conditioning guy coming in and hooking that up tomorrow actually, which is exciting. We also wanted me to kind of move out of the house because in my other studio, before this studio, I was working right off the kitchen, and if you're working a lot with fine dust and charcoals and oils and terpenoids and all that jazz, you don't really want to be working close to where you're cooking your food. It's not good long term. So we saved up and moved me out here, and now my husband has that old studio as his new office. And back to the new studio. So as you can see here, this is before I moved in. This back wall here, I actually had to repaint twice because the white was too pink, and I don't want to try and match and mix color on a wall that is too pink. So I had to change that a couple of times. So here we have my desk. If you hadn't followed me on Instagram and you didn't see the story about this desk, this is the base from my original drafting table. When we moved out to Arizona, it broke in half. So my husband went out and bought some wood and rebuilt the desktop. Look at this. And he made me little rag holders, little area for my pencils, my pens. This turned out really beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Here we have some packaging supplies. Who doesn't love packaging supplies? Some papers, some pieces, some extra canvas. I like to buy my paper and my canvas in rolls and stretch them and cut them myself because it's cheaper for how much work I do, and also it makes it easy to do customizable sizes if you ever need to for a client or for yourself. This roll I use for packaging and shipping. Comes in handy when I need to protect the pieces. Under that we have our books, sketchbooks, and more books. I love books for all my book lovers out there. We've got some charcoal chalk pieces in here. We've got some wires and beads. We've got some rulers and extra stencils in this box. We've got these drawers that have nibs and pencils. I burnt these boxes myself. In here we've got some more pencils and markers and pens and my gouache. Managed to fit that all in there. And then we've got more charcoal, chalk, and acrylic materials. Some charcoal collected from forest fires. Every once in a while I'll try and collect some if I'm near a place that has just been burnt. It's kind of sad, I know, but I use it in my paintings, in my pieces sometimes. Then we have some more prints and illustrations in here. We've got some more tape and some more areas that need to be organized. So this is where I'll be working on a lot of drawings, currently working on a commission, so I don't want to show what's up there. And this thing is something that I've always wanted. always wanted one of these little rolly stations because then I can actually make it smaller or take out some of the shelves, so that's great. Pencils and pens. It holds my tools, whatever materials I need for what I'm working on. Obviously, this also moves around. I got this at Michael's, which is an art store here in the States. Very happy with it. And then we have this locker, which I got from IKEA, if anyone is wondering. I've always wanted one of these to hold my paints, my fixatives, my oils and solvents and inks. Bit of a pain to put together, but totally worth it, and I love it. And then we have my easel station. This is where I'll be working a lot on my canvas pieces. This big guy right here holds some of my palette knives, a lot of my oil paints. Some are old, some are new. And this will be easily shiftable. I wanted everything in here to be easy to move around because sometimes I have a really big canvas and I need to move things out of the way, or I need to shift it to a different part of the room during certain seasons because the lighting is different. So that'll be really helpful. For this part, we are building a storage unit on wheels to hold all the canvases, some of the rolls, and some of my big folders for my pieces. Sort of store a lot of work. That'll go right there. Now these I was super stoked on. These drawers I've wanted for a very long time because I have a lot of flat laying things that I need to store. So these are amazing. Packaging, everything goes in here. And those are also on wheels, so if I need to move them around, if I need to use this as a counter space, I can use it as a counter space. And then we have this pegboard, which I'm so excited about. I've always wanted a pegboard, mostly so I can do this. I like to dry my paintbrushes upside down like that so that the water doesn't go back into this part here where it loosens up the bristles. You don't get to use your brushes as long and you end up having to replace them much quicker. So then when they're dry, I could just put them back in their respective little containers. Last thing I wanted to mention is we got LVP floors for the flooring in here. I wanted something cheap, durable, something that can take my stomping around, can take my many spills and survive. If it doesn't, it's easy to pop out and add a new one and replace it. Hopefully you enjoyed this little introduction to my studio, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the near future.